Hello Year 10. Today we're going to be looking at volumes and surface areas of different shapes. We're going to start with a sphere. So as usual, headings and dates, take them down, keywords and underline. When you're ready, press pause, and when you're ready, once you've completed that, press play again. Off you go. Starter for you. Click pause, attempt the questions. When you're ready, we'll go through them. Okay, question 1. What's the multiplier for a 41% decrease? 100 take away 41 leaves us with 59. So it will be 0.59. Round to one significant figure. So the first non-zero term is the 8. Does the 5 affect the 8? Yes, because it's bigger than, it's 5 or bigger. So that leaves us with 90,000. Okay, a lot of people remember the 90 and forget it's the thousands. Okay, and then the tax question. It's actually very similar to last week. The tax rates are the same. Personal allowance 11,500, 20% on the first 33,500. 40% on anything over that, and their income is £45,000. So the first 11,000, we use the bar method again. 11,500 is tax free, so that's 0%. Then the next 33,500 is taxed at 20%. Now if I add 33,500 and 11,500, I get 45,000, which is the total amount of income. So nothing is taxed at 40%, so they're not in the higher tax bracket. So if we work out 20% of 33,500, 0.2 times 33,500, and that gives us £6,700. Good. So mark in green, as always. If you got anything wrong, make a correction now. Make sure you write the workings in. Okay, we carry on with a little slightly extended starter. 9 questions. Click pause, answer the questions, and when you're ready, click play again. Okay, you should have all the shapes correctly identified. Cube, cuboid, cylinder, trapezium and a parallelogram. Area of a rectangle, length times width, parallelogram, base times height, triangle, base times height over 2, and a circle, pi r squared. Okay, what's good about today? The formula that you need are in the front of your exam booklet, so you don't have to remember them. All we're going to do with them today is manipulate the formula. You don't have to remember them. That's all you're going to do with them, is manipulate them. There's our sphere. Volume of the sphere is given by V equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And the surface area is given by 4 pi r squared. And those are the two formula for sphere. So we're going to try and use those two formula. And we're going to try and work out then the volume of this sphere. So writing the formula, V equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. V equals 4 over 3 times pi times 7.3 cubed, which is 1629.5 centimeters cubed. Check that on your calculator, make sure you can get that answer. And the area is 4 pi r squared. So 4 times pi times 7.3 squared. Plug it into the calculator and you get 669.7 centimeters squared. Good. We go again. This time our radius is 12, probably a nicer number. So we write our formula each time, helps with the memory, helps us work it out. And that gives us then 4 over 3 pi times 12 cubed. And you plug it in the calculator, gives us 7,238.2. Make sure you can get that on your calculator. Okay, to one decimal place. Area equals 4 pi r squared. Again, the radius is 12, so we plug that into our calculator and that gives us 1,809.6. Okay, so I want you to click pause and write these down as examples. You don't have to draw the spheres, so just write these down as examples. So for these two questions, or for this question, question 1, I want you to find the volume and the area. Click pause. When you're ready to check your answer, click play again. Off we go. Good. Write our formula down. Radius is 3.2. So you should have 137.3 cubic meters. Area is 4 pi r squared. So it'll be 4 times pi times 3.2 squared, 128.7. So if you got a green pen, give those a tick. And do the same for this question. Off you go. So you should have, again, we write the formula each time. 4 over 3 times pi times 2.4 cubed, then you should get 57.9 cubic meters. And the area, 72.4. Now this kind of question, you have to work backwards. So use the surface area formula to work out the radius of these two shapes. So we know the surface area, so we can write the formula down as 4 pi r squared equals 1,500. To find r squared, we divide 1,500 by 4 pi. On your calculator, and that gives you us r squared. So to find r, we have to find the square root of all that. It'll be 10.9 centimeters. I want you to click pause and repeat that for question 2. Off you go. So you should have 4 pi r squared equals 3,500. R squared equals 3,500 divided by 4 pi. And r is the square root of 3,500 divided by 4 pi. Should have 16.7. Good. And you've got 2 questions for you to try. Click pause, off you go. On question 1, you should have worked out r as equal to 0.82 meters. And on question 2, you should have the radius is equal to 1,200. The square root of 1,200 divided by 4 pi, 9.8 centimeters. Similarly, we can work out the radius using the volume. It's r cubed in this case, so when we're working it out, we're going to have to find the cube root. So we can write 4 over 3 pi r cubed equals 1500. Then we can rewrite as 4 it's odd. You can write as 4 pi r cubed is equal to 1500 times 3. So r cubed equals 1500 times 3 divided by 4 pi, and r is going to be the cube root of that then. And you're going to work it out on your calculator. That should give you 7.1 centimeters. Similarly, on question 2, again using the formula, 4 over 3 pi r cubed equals 3500. And this time we switch the formula around. It's much easier working. We keep the r cubed on the left hand side. So 4 pi r cubed, the 3 goes up, so it multiplies 3500. Times 3, and r cubed is equal to 3500 times 3 divided by 4 pi, and r is the cube root of that. 3 times 3 divided by 4 pi. Don't forget it's the cube root, and when we work it out, you should get 9.4 centimeters. Okay, I want you to write these down as examples. So click pause. When you're ready to move on, click play again. And here are 2 examples for you to try. So click pause and off you go. There we are. So you should be working out r as 1.3 meters, and in question 2 you should have r equal to 6.6 centimeters. Okay, good. Okay, so we're also going to calculate the volume of a pyramid. So as before, make some notes. Click pause, write the notes down. Yes, you have to write the date again in Welsh. Good. Off you go. And got a pyramid this time. So it's got triangular faces, all rising to an apex. And the base is usually a triangle, rectangle, or a square, usually. Formula for the volume of a pyramid is given by 1/3 of the area of the base times the perpendicular height. So 1/3 of the area of the base times the perpendicular height of the pyramid. You can write 1/3 area times height. So here's our pyramid. It's got a rectangular base. Area of the base is 4 by 5. Is 20, and we're going to use our formula then. So it's 1/3 base area times height, so 1/3 times 20 times 6, which gives us 40 cubic centimeters. We have a look at another example. Again, we're going to find the area of the base, 8 by 9, which is 72. And we've got our formula, 1/3 area times height, so it's 1/3 times 72 times 6.1. Plug in your calculator and you should get 146.4 centimeters cubed. One more. Have a go. Note something slightly different about the base of this pyramid. It's a triangle, so it's a triangular base. The formula for the area of a triangle is base times height over 2. So 6 times 7 divided by 2, and off you go. Click pause. Once you've got the answer, click play again. So that's 42 divided by 2. Sure, you know, it's 21 there. Don't know what happened there. So it's a third times 21 times 5, which gives us 35 centimeters cubed. So we should have 21 up here. Oh, there it is. Okay, that was a bit quick. We'll ignore this example. Because the base is not one of the shapes that we normally use, they've given us the area of the base. So that's 7.8, and we just plug it in the formula. So that's nice and easy. A third times base area times height. Very easy. Good. So I think you know what I'm going to say. Make some notes. So click pause, make some notes on the volume of a pyramid. Once you're ready, click play again, and I've got some questions for you. Good, moving on. And you don't have to do the first one. That's one of the examples. And off you go. And we've got our solutions then. Good. And a few more questions for you. Click pause. When you're ready, click play again. And solutions for you. You should have following. Use your green pen and tick the answer, the correct answer. Finally, we're going to look at the volume of a cone. So as before, take down the headings and the dates in Welsh, underline, click pause. When you're ready, click play again. Okay, so we're looking for volume of a cone is very similar to that of a pyramid. Same sort of thing, we just need to find the area of the base and multiply it by the perpendicular height. So base is a circle, so area of a circle is pi r squared. And we use our formula then, 1/3 times the base area, pi r squared times height. So 1/3 of pi r squared times h, the formula for the volume of a cone. Nice and straightforward. Okay. R is the radius and h is the vertical height of the cone. Okay, a couple of questions then. Find the volume of the cones below. So volume is given by 1/3 pi r squared h. So we always write that down. Radius is 6, perpendicular height is 15. So 1/3 times pi times 6 squared times 15. Plug that into your calculator and you should get 565.5 cubic centimeters. And question 2, you can V equals 1/3 pi r squared h. I'm pretty sure you can work that out now. Our diameter is 6.2, so our radius is going to be half of that, which is 3.1. and the perpendicular is 4.8. So 1 over 3 times pi times 3.1 squared times 4.8. Plug it into your calculator and you should get 48.3 centimeters cubed. What I want you to do now is click pause and write these notes out. You don't have to draw the pyramid, but a nice sketch is better. And note that we've got a radius in this one and the diameter in this one, so we have to use half. Okay. 2 questions for you to have a go at. When you're ready, click play and we can check the answers there. Okay, good. So always writing the formula. Always write the formula down. 1 over 3 times pi. Half of the diameter is 5 squared times 19. You should have got 497.4 centimeters cubed. Green pen tick. Similarly, should have worked. This one is much easier. You don't have to half the radius is given. You don't have to half the diameter, and you should have got 134.8 to 1 decimal place. Slightly different questions now. They want us to find, in the first one, they want us to find h. Okay? So they want us to find h. So as usual, we write our formula. Oops. V equals 1 over 3 pi r squared h. So in this case then, we're looking for h, so I can write 1 over 3 pi r squared h is equal to 565.5. Now the 3, I can bring it up on the other side, so that is with pi times the radius is 6 squared times the height, which is h, which we don't know, 565.5 times 3. So I can say h is going to be equal to 565.5 times 3 divided by pi times 6 squared. And we can put all of that in the calculator using the fraction button, and you should work that out as 15 centimeters. On question 2, we need to find r, so we can use the formula again. Remember, we can switch sides because we know the volume, so I can say 1 over 3 pi r squared h is equal to 48.3. The 3 goes up, so it'll be pi r squared h, pi times r squared times h is 4.8 is equal to 48.3 times 3. Whoops. Wow. Let's get rid of that. So you can write 3 again. There we go. Good. And then we got r squared is equal to 48.3 times 3 divided by pi times 4.8. But that's r squared. So r is going to be the square root of all of that. That's 48.3 times 3 divided by pi times 4.8. Solution will be 3.1 centimeters. Good. So you can write those down and save. Okay, for your exercise, I want you to start on exercise 7.7, pyramids and cones, and work your way up to question 12. Whoops. There. Once you've done that, do exercise 7.6, cylinders and spheres. volume of a cylinder is given by V equals pi r squared h, and we've got that already in your yellow books, so you can work on exercise 7.6 after you've done 7.7 up to question 13. Good luck.